Hey guys, Chris here and welcome back to another speed test. So this time I have the Snapdragon 821 LePro 3, which is on the left, against the LeMax 2, which was the last generation one, which has the Snapdragon 820 in there. So I'm going to do a very quick speed test because I'm going to time lapse it, so I'm going to speed up the video so you can see the results. This time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to use Disco Mark to have the exact same applications all launch at the exact same time, and it's going to time it and then give us the results. But before I start the speed test, I just wanted to do a very quick comparison between these two devices that a lot of people have been asking for. So they want to know which mobile is better of the two. Well, there's a couple of differences here. So when it comes to the screens, we've got a 1440p display on the LeMax 2, and it does look sharper. One thing I've noticed that it's a lot less susceptible to reflections, which you can probably see here in the video. The 1080p to screen on the LePro 3, you see has a lot more reflections, and for some reason the reflections aren't that bad on the LeMax 2. Now, build quality, the newest mobile has a slightly better build, I'd have to say, because this part along here, that is metal along here, and on the LeMax 2, this strip here is actually plastic. So it's just a plastic cover over there. Both of them feel really solid, but I will again give the advantage of build quality goes through to the LePro 3 here, because the screen also has rounded 2.5D glass edges. This one doesn't, but they both have metal unibody housings. Both feel premium and solid. Now, screen brightness is another thing too here. It's about 100 lux brighter than LePro 3, this unit I had, and I'm not too sure why. And the whites are a little bit cooler. So before I start the whole speed test, I'll just quickly show you the benchmark scores here. Sorry, I'll just get into Antutu benchmark. So these are the scores I've got before from a previous benchmark. So you see there's quite a huge difference in there when it comes to scores, and that will also allow you to see the difference. This is more of a warm white versus a cool white, the screen calibration of both of them there. And just to also mention other things. Now, cameras on both of these, I'm going to have to do a camera comparison. I do believe that video quality 4K is going to be better on the newest mobile, which is the LePro 3, but I think that still images come out a lot sharper or capture more details with the 21 megapixel Sony sensor that is on the LeMax 2 there. So there is, 16 megapixels, 21. So I'm going to have to do a camera comparison. So I'll be back later in, hopefully next week in a few days, with a detailed camera comparison between both of these. Also wanted to mention that battery life, a very large capacity on the LePro 3. It has a 4070 milliamp hour battery. And the LeMax 3 has a 3100 milliamp hour battery. So it's almost 1000 milliamp hours greater capacity on the LePro 3. So that makes a huge difference, giving around 3 hours more of a screen on time. Okay, so I just powered down both mobiles. I'm going to start them both up at the same time and then proceed with the Disco Mark speed test. So they look to power on literally the same time. I just wanted to mention that both of the ROMs on these ones, they're official ROMs. So this has the latest Indian official ROM. This has the latest ROM as well. Okay, so the first one there to boot up was the LePro 3. So I've just got to unlock both of them now with my fingerprint. Now the fingerprint reader on the LeMax 2 was a bit problematic at first, but now with the newest firmwares, I haven't had any problems or issues with it. So I'm going to go into the speed test now. So that is the Disco Mark as mentioned that I'm going to run. Now I've set applications here that each mobile is going to go through. And they're all running the exact same one here. You can see they're going to start out with the A1 SD Bench, launch that, and Tutu, Asphalt. It's just going to cycle through now and then give us the results at the end. So everything's going to be timed. It's going to be a good scientific way of measuring just how fast they are between the Snapdragon 820 and then the 821. So let's start this now. And the video will, of course, be time-lapsed. It will be sped up and show you the results. 1, 2, 3... Okay, so it's looped all of those applications, run them all, I think 5 times. So have a look and see the difference here. So okay, the total time here was a 2.649 seconds, averaged over 5 runs on the LePro 3, and then 2.961 on the LeMax 2. So there's really not that much of a difference between both of them. And considering this also has to drive a 1440p display, and this is only a 1080p display, so I don't think that result is actually too bad when it comes down to real-world use there. That those times, yeah, just looking at them, there's really not much of a difference. And as I mentioned in my review of the LePro 3, so which one of these would you get? I would say if you want to save around 80 to 100 US, go for the LeMax 2 because it's still fast. I mean, a Snapdragon 820 is still a fast processor, 4 gigabytes of RAM. But if you want the better battery life, then you would go for the LePro 3. And as I said in the beginning, I'm going to have to test out the cameras in greater detail later on. I'll do a camera comparison just to determine which one has the better camera on there. Thank you so much for watching this comparison and speed test there. And hopefully I will see you back in the channel soon with more up and coming reviews. Bye for now.